He's the newest and brightest face on the country music scene.
Boomer!
He was voted Nashville's online male rising star.
Boomer!
He's performed across the country, bringing his songs to America.
Boomer!
He's here tonight to tell you about everything that's country.
Boomer McLennan!
So sit back and enjoy the Boomer McLennan Show!
Well, welcome to Sunday night. This is the Boomer McLennan Show, and I am Boomer McLennan. Thanks for joining us. If you are joining us for the first time, this show is about country music. Our slogan is everything and anything that's country. And we have a very country show tonight, that I'm proud to announce. So I hope you're looking forward to it. I've got a very special guest in the studio. His name is David Shook. And I'll be introducing him in just a second. But to get the business out of the way, got a few things to talk about. We've got a Don Williams show coming up in just about a week exactly. Sunday, November 11th, we are playing at the Galaxy Theater. That is in Santa Ana, and we are opening for Don Williams. Show starts at 6 p.m. This is one... If you're a Don Williams fan, this is a great place to see him. It's a small venue. There won't be thousands of people there. At most, there'll be 1,000. It's a very nice theater. Seating's great. Dinner's, food's great. So come out and check it out. Tickets are $25, and they can be purchased through Ticketmaster or any of those type of ticket places, as well as the Galaxy Theater, or on my webpage, which is www.boomerm.com. That's boomerm.com, and you can find out all sorts of good stuff about myself, as well as this show and any other information. Also, support your local Tower Record store. They support myself, so I support them. My CDs are stocked through Tower Records. They're actually stocked through the Torrance store, so if you're in Torrance on Hawthorne and Paulville Boulevards, and you go into that Tower Records, they will most definitely be there. If you do not see them on your local shelf, please ask for it by my name, Boomer, and they should be able to get it to you ASAP. So thanks for Tower Records, and buy some good CDs. Are great Christmas presents, especially for people you don't know what to get them. There's nothing better than music, so keep that in mind for the season coming. All right, getting down to this week's show. Mr. David Shook, how are you doing?
Well, doing all right.
Thanks
Boomer.
for joining us.
Hey, it's good to be here.
It's an honor to have you. It's been a few months coming. We've been conversing via email for several months, but finally worked out a time to have you.
It's a real pleasure to be here.
Good. Well, thanks for joining us.
Yes, sir.
First of all, I want to introduce you to the listeners and get an idea of who you are. David Shook, primarily why he's here is because he got in touch with me, and he has a CD out, and he sent me a CD, and I've listened to it, and it's a great CD, and that's country music.
Thank you.
And this is real country music. Country music, we've talked about it over the last several months, and country music's kind of been in a weird place nowadays. There's a very pop side that most people don't even feel is country music, and then there on the flip side, there's a traditional side. And my opinion, and hopefully a lot of people feel the same way, that it's starting to gravitate more towards traditionalism.
That's good.
Which is a very good thing, and you are upholding the tradition very well.
Right. Thank you.
So, first of all, tell me about yourself. What do you do?
Well, I'm from Colorado, beautiful state of Colorado.
Great.
Been out here in California since 1986.
Okay.
And I actually pastor a church.
Great.
Been in the ministry for many years. Mm-hmm. But country music is really part of me. Mm-hmm. I was raised on a farm, ranch, you might say, out in northeastern Colorado, out by the town of Akron.
Okay.
You can look it up on the map sometime. It's kind of a small town.
I've heard of it.
But anyway, as a youngster, I listened to country music a lot on the radio. I remember Eddie Arnold singing The Cattle Call and Hank Williams when I was real small. But then later on, various artists, Jim Reeves singing Bimbo. And of course, Gene Autry was always one of my favorites on the screen and on the record as well. So it's always been part of me ever since as far back as I can remember.
Great. So did you grow up in Colorado? You spent all your early years there?
Yes, that's right.
Okay. What kind of ranch was it?
Well, we had mostly, it was a little bit of everything, actually. We had, of course, farming with the wheat and crops like that, but then we had cattle and some horses. At different times, we had hogs, sheep. You can just about name it. We had it, you know.
All right.
My dad was quite a farmer and a rancher. His name was Robert Shook out there.
Great, great. And I noticed you've dedicated your album to your parents.
That's right.
So that's very nice. There's a neat picture of them on the inside cover. It's in tribute to the greatest parents a country boy could ever have.
Right.
So that's
That's
awesome.
exactly how I feel.
And not to digress, but ranch life is a different world. I've spent 3 years working on a ranch, and it's a different lifestyle. And there's something special about it that I think. I mean, it's hard to say, but people that live in the city, really, it'd be great if you could get a chance to spend some time living on a ranch.
Yes,
It's just
I agree with that.
It's a different world, and I think you really learn about a little more about life and God's creation that way.
That's right.
You see it all.
You learn a lot from it.
You do.
Right.
It's a living experience. Well, okay, your church, is it in Southern California now?
Yes, in Redondo Beach.
Okay, so pretty central to the South Bay.
Yes.
Okay, what kind of church is it?
Well, we're affiliated with Southern Baptists,
Okay.
but the name of the church is Church of Redondo Hills, and we're just a Bible church and a country church, actually.
Okay.
Matter of fact, that's the kind of music we use in the services of a country orientation, and a lot of it's original music that I've written.
That's one of the questions I've been dying to ask you is have you felt, especially in the middle of Southern California, which isn't necessarily associated with country music, at least not in recent years, how do you feel people respond to country and your church as well? I mean, most people would go to a church not expecting country music.
Well, one thing we've done to reach to the younger people is our church has casual services. In other words, I wear a Hawaiian shirt on Sunday morning, not a Western shirt, but a Hawaiian shirt most of the time on Sunday morning because we want the people to relax when they come into church, and I think that's very important to be relaxed in order to really hear the message and to be a part of the group. So we're a very informal church like you would find in the country. And we want people to be themselves when they come to church.
Great. Is it open to visitors? Anyone can go?
Yes, by all means.
Okay. So what's the name of the church again?
Church of Redondo Hills.
Okay. So if anyone's looking for a church in the Redondo area,
That's right.
you can come come see a pastor in a Hawaiian shirt.
That's right.
That's pretty neat. I have to try that sometime. I don't think I've ever experienced that.
Okay. Right.
That could be fun. That's important too. Being comfortable.
By all means.
And especially in this day and age, and in light of things that have gone on in the last couple of months,
Yes.
it's important to feel secure.
We've
That's
had
for
quite
sure.
a few people come just for that reason, because of what happened in New York, and it's enlarged our ministry somewhat, for which we are very thankful.
Yeah. Well, great. Okay. So obviously we know why you got into country music because you grew up around it. That's great. Tell me about some of your influences, early recollections.
Well, I think the music that I've written has probably been influenced more by Johnny Cash, Ray Price. When I'm thinking back, the ones that of course, some of the Western singers too, but I would say more by Johnny Cash and Ray Price and some Lefty Frizzell, which some people may not have even heard of him. I don't know, because he's been off the scene for a number of years. But those are some of the greatest influences that I can remember. I can remember as a young person hearing a lot of these different artists and just sit in my room with the guitar, strumming away some of their songs. Ernest Tubb was another one.
Sure.
But there's a number of them.
Yeah. Johnny Cash has been one of my heroes along the years, and the Frizzell brothers, of course. David Frizzell just came out with a new song not too long ago.
Okay.
We actually played it 3 or 4 months ago.
Good.
So those guys are still cooking. Good.
Right.
Well, without any further ado, let's get to a song.
Okay.
And we can talk about that. It's also all about the music. This song is the title track off of your CD. Now, your CD has a great kind of byline and motto at the bottom. It's the title of the CD is called Homecoming Country by David Shook, and the byline on the back says, "Homecoming Country is about coming home to traditional American values, family, church, and patriotism."
Right.
So it sums it all up. Very nice.
Thank you.
The first song that we're going to play is the self-titled album called Homecoming Country. Is there any little background about the song?
That's a fairly new song that I wrote just a few months ago. I really was encouraged by some of my closest friends to do a CD because I've written so much music. And so I was beginning to step out by faith, you might say, to begin this CD. And we were going to be going home to Colorado for the family reunion. And so I got to thinking about Homecoming Country, thought that might make a good title song. And I was riding a bicycle instead of a horse.
Okay.
but I was riding a bicycle, getting some exercise, and this song began to come to me. And so I stopped and I got on a pay telephone, and called my voicemail number and, put it on there so I wouldn't forget how it went. And I'd say within 20 to 30 minutes, I had the whole song written out.
Great. Oh, that's amazing.
Thank you. And since then, I've written another verse about Dad Love the USA, so it'd be more of a patriotic verse, too.
Okay. Well, great. Well, let's give it a whirl. We can talk about it when we come back. This is Homecoming Country.
Homecoming country, it's good to be back again. Homecoming country, to be with family and friends. Let's all get together, do some reminiscing, and talk about the memories we've been missing. Homecoming country, God has been so good to us. Homecoming country, in Him we'll put our trust. Even though this life's been full, I'm looking toward homecoming country with my Lord. Daddy worked hard all his life, caring for his kids and his wife. A man of honesty, and he was strong. The last time I saw him from the train, he waved so long. Now he's with the Savior, the one he loved and served. We will meet again in that home above the earth. How about some of that homecoming country pickin'? Mama put love in our home. She saw that we were never alone. She knew how to cook and how to sew, but the main thing in her life, Jesus, she didn't know. Now she's with the Savior, the one she loved and served. We will meet again in that home above the earth. Homecoming country, it's good to be back again. Homecoming country, to be with family and friends. Let's all get together, do some reminiscing, and talk about the memories we've been missing. Homecoming country, God has been so good to us. Homecoming country, in Him we've put our trust. Even though this life's been full, I'm looking toward homecoming country with my Lord. Even though this life's been full, I'm looking toward homecoming country with my Lord.
All right, that was great.
All right.
That is probably my favorite song on your album, I think. So it's an appropriately self-titled album. And I picked, actually, the 3 songs that we're going to play tonight are my 3 favorite off the album. So I don't mean to be biased at all, but
Thank you.
those are the ones that really grabbed me. One, the messages are great, but they're catchy. That's how they stood out to me. It's like, okay. I can looking at the titles of those 3, I could at least sing out a couple of the lines of the song.
Right.
So
that's good.
So that's a good thing about a song too. When you want to write songs that come from your heart, but you also want them that reach to people and are universal. So I think you did a good job on that.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Oh, you're welcome. And I could recognize a little Johnny Cash influence on there.
Right.
Little Johnny Cash vocals, little taking a little inspiration from Johnny
We tried
Cash.
to get about every instrument you can think of on there. Banjo
Good.
and dobro and a little of everything in there.
Yeah, and that's one thing you cannot say about your album is that it is not country enough.
Okay.
So,
Good.
So congratulations on that. If any of you listeners out there have been wondering about where country music is going, and you want to find a good, just a good old time album that's the real music, the real country, the steel. There's a couple songs with the Hawaiian steel on here, which boy, they haven't been doing that for decades, and some banjo, and there's some good fiddle player. I know the fiddle player that David's used as well. So the instrumentation on this is excellent. So
Thank you.
So check this one out. Where can people get the CD?
Well, there's a number of places, but one of the best places is right on the web. I have a website, www.homecomingcountry.com.
Great.
That's pretty easy to remember, homecomingcountry.com. There are some Christian bookstores that carry it as well. But I'd probably recommend Homecoming Country. But if you want to get one right away, you can either call me, which is 310-376-7702, or if on the website you can email me too. But that's probably one of the best places to get it.
Great. Okay. I visited your webpage earlier and got some great comments. I got some good reviews on here and a little write-up. I want to touch base on, you've had some earlier experience with media. This isn't the first time around you've been doing music or the radio. It says that you've had earlier experiences, including singing on the country music show Rocky Mountain Jamboree in Denver, as well as appearing with vocalists including Jimmy Davis, the former governor of Louisiana, and Mark Lowry, who is now with the Bill Gaither vocal band.
Right.
And that's a big vocal. The Gaither band. That's
yes. Of course, this was before he went to them, but Mark has been in it for a long time.
Mm-hmm. It's a good association to have. Yeah.
Thank you.
What else have you been doing? You said that you've done some radio work as well. You were a disc jockey, or?
Yes. I always wanted to try that. Growing up, just always thought that'd be fun. And so when I was in Colorado Springs, pastoring there was a radio station. The name of it was KPIK. It was a AM country music station, and David Pinkston was the owner of the station, and he owned 5 different stations at that time. He was the one that put the first full-time country music radio station on the air down in Texas. And so I worked for him and had a real good time. Most of the time it was just Saturday morning. I would go in and spin some records and do the news and weather, a little bit of that. And I worked on another station in Castle Rock, Colorado, also. But it was fun. I enjoyed it very much.
Well, so if I ever need someone to sit in for me, I'm out of town or something, I'll just give you a call.
Okay.
See, had a little experience, huh?
Sure.
All right. One of the quotes this is the Bluegrass Brethren. They've kind of been. I've heard their name around town.
Yes.
So, there's a great little quote here. I'll just read a part of it. David Shook presents songs that are heartfelt, people-oriented, and focused on the Lord. Mm-hmm. And that's a good ball of wax to cover. One of the things that really hasn't been done lately, that it seems like even some of the biggest country singers would do, even as late as 10 years ago, would be gospel albums. And you really don't hear that much anymore. Even Elvis, did gospel albums, and Ray Charles, and they both did country and gospel albums, as well as, and I think just about every country artist was just, some even, there wasn't even really a difference. I mean, their album was basically intertwined with, daily living songs as well as gospel songs. And it's kind of gotten away from that.
True. Mm-hmm.
So it's neat that every one of your songs is a gospel song in some sort of way. But let me ask you, what's your favorite song on the album?
Well, that's hard to say. The one, Someone Who Cares, I enjoy listening to it. It's a slower, and I would call it more of a Lefty Frizzell style that I mentioned a while ago, and has a real nice steel guitar and fiddle and keyboard on it as well. Bill Crodell, who engineered this and helped me on the album down in Gardena, played the keyboards. He did a great job. So it's really hard to say which one would be exactly my favorite, but I kind of like listening to that one. But it's really difficult when because the Lord, I wrote each one of them, and to say which one would be actually my favorite. I guess one's my favorite for a while, and then
it's a tough question. I kind of ask
Yes,
because
sir.
I get the same question, and it's hard to when you put down your own music and you put it on a CD and you get out there. It's really a labor of love in a sense.
Yes.
And especially your first CD or maybe your first few. It's like it's a lifetime in the making. You've spent your life building experiences that then go down into your music.
Exactly.
And so that's a very tough question.
That's right.
So that was a good answer. I like the answer. Let's play another song off of it.
All right.
Before we have to take a break. And this next song, I want to go to the words here as I look at it. This next one is I'm Coming Back to the Lord.
Yes.
Why don't we, tell me about this song, and then we'll take a quick break and we'll come back to it.
I would say that the style, and I guess it's supposed to be just my style, but when I write a song, a lot of times it'll remind me of someone else's style in country music. And this one would be a Ray Price style, especially his early music, like Heartaches by the Number.
Yeah.
Was one of his biggest hits.
It definitely has that feel. It does.
So with the fiddles and the steel and Candy Lerman, the one that you mentioned earlier, the fiddler, she put on 3 parts. So she had 3, a trio with the fiddle on this one, and it really sounded nice.
It does. It's a great song.
Right. Thank you. And this one was written back a number of years ago, actually.
Okay. Great. What's the what's the time span on these songs? What was the first song that you wrote that was on here?
That would be one of the earliest. One of the very earliest, and it may be. Looking at them, I would say that it is the song that I would have written the earliest of any of these on the CD. The others would have been more recent, and Homecoming Country would probably be the newest. That's been this year. A New Direction is the number 2 cut, is fairly new as well.
Great. Okay. Fabulous. Well, I'm gonna keep the listeners in suspense. Okay, now that we've talked about this song. So you've got to stay through the news break.
Okay.
And come back and hear the song. So we're talking with Pastor David Shook and country musician extraordinaire. So please stay with us. We'll be right back in a couple minutes. This is NEWSTALK 870, the new KRLA.
It's time to get back to Famdamly Bike Night. Every Tuesday night from 5 to 9 p.m. It's at Curly's Cafe, 1999 East Willow, Signal Hill, at the corner of Willow and Cherry. There's a raffle every night at 8 p.m. for great prizes. There's a 50-50 drawing every Tuesday night. There's a trophy for best bike. There's good food. There's good music. Come and hear the perfect sounds of our own Miss Bad Kitty. Meet your friends or make new ones. All bikes are welcome. It's Bike Night, sponsored by Famdamly at Curly's Cafe. For information, call 562-424-0018. Come help support the Foley House with the Famdamly on Bike Night at Curly's in Signal Hill. We'll see you there.
Sound for the masses. The cutting edge of sound reinforcement, providing Southern California musicians with quality engineering in both recording and performance audio. Are you a musician? Are you a school looking for a sound system for productions and assemblies? Are you a church music leader looking for that perfect sound? Do you need the services of an engineer with over 20 years in the business? Sound for the Masses can provide a sound system for your needs. We can also record your performance on up to 32 individual tracks of digital media. We've provided sound reinforcement for events as small as a quiet wedding reception, to a symphony orchestra, to rock and roll shows. We have worked with churches and schools on musicals, assemblies, sunrise services, dances, and board meetings. Let us help you through your next event. Sound for the Masses can be reached at 714-633-3564. Sound for the Masses.
Get ready for the Famdamly's 5th annual Christmas Toy Run. On Saturday, December 1st, you can ride to help support the Foley House. The ride will start at House of Handlebars, 2801 Cherry Avenue in Signal Hill, with sign-up starting at 8 in the morning. All bikes are welcome. The ride will end this year at Gemming Park, where there will be games and prizes for the kids, a huge barbecue, 50-50 and raffle drawings, and trophies for best bikes, and much, much more. Run pins for the first 300 riders, and a special visit from Santa Claus. The cost of the ride is one unwrapped toy that will go directly to a child at the end of the run. So make your plans now to be at the Famdamly Toy Run on December 1st at House of Handlebars. For more information, you can call 562-923-2093. See you at the Toy Run!
Like this.
All right, welcome back. This is the Boomer McLennan Show, and I am Boomer, and I'm here and happy to be here. This is one of the better nights we've had in the last year with Pastor David Shook, and it's always great to have, especially local people. There aren't a whole lot of country musicians in Southern California. Mm-hmm. They're kind of in the woodwork, but it's not the first place people think of for country.
That's true.
Yeah, but there's the thing that's neat that I found is that there's a lot of people that like country music, especially the quality stuff. I mean, when we first were putting a band together out here, and maybe you came upon this, you just kind of wonder, how is this going to go over? And you don't see a lot of people in cowboy hats and boots around.
That's true.
But people come out and see you. People,
right? I find people respond to it quite well because it is a simple type of music that I think gets right to the heart of people.
Mm-hmm.
And I was up in Hanford, California last week for a meeting up there at a church for 4 days. And the people certainly turned out and enjoyed the music, for which I'm very thankful. And I think, even around here in the Southern California area, that people respond to it quite well.
Mm-hmm. Well, great. Mm-hmm. Well, let's get to the heart of it. I promised a song, and there's probably no better way to put it than this one. I'm coming back to the Lord.
Okay.
Goes like this.
Sounds good.
I'm coming back to the Lord, the one who died for me. I'm coming back to the Lord. I know He cares for me. I want to live for Him as I travel down life's way. I'm coming back to the Lord today. I wandered out in sin for many, many years. It brought me darkness, heartaches, and fears. Then Jesus came to me and took away my tears. He lifted me up from Satan's many snares. I'm coming back to the Lord, the one who died for me. I'm coming back to the Lord. I know He cares for me. I want to live for Him as I travel down life's way. I'm coming back to the Lord today. I settled my account, and from this day on, He will guide me on my journey home. If I fail and fall, I know that He'll be there to give the strength and love that we now share. I'm coming back to the Lord, the one who died for me. I'm coming back to the Lord. I know He cares for me. I want to live for Him as I travel down life's way. I'm coming back to the Lord today. I'm coming back to the Lord, the one who died for me. I'm coming back to the Lord. I know He cares for me. I want to live for Him as I travel down life's way. I'm coming back to the Lord today. I'm coming back to the Lord today.
All right, another good track.
Thank you.
That's if you're going to buy a CD just for those last two songs, it's worth it.
Okay.
So there you go.
Appreciate that.
How much do people need to pay for your CD?
$15.
$15, okay. Great. And they can get that how?
Through the website, www.homecomingcountry.com, and you can put it on your charge card on there. And as you said earlier, it's a good time of the year, getting close to Christmas, good gift for folks at Christmas time. And I thought that was real nice for you to say that.
Yeah. CDs are an exceptional present, I think. It seems like as time goes on, it's harder and harder to find presents for people, especially family and stuff. And there's nothing better than music.
Right.
And for your country lovers, this is a good CD.
Yeah. I did mention the website, and then also there are the Valley Book and Bible stores in the Valley and Family Christian stores. Mm-hmm. Some of them carry it in the Torrance area. They do.
Sure.
But as I said, if you can wait for the website, that'll be fine. You can do it also just by copying off the paper off the website and then sending it in with a check. If you don't want to put it on a charge card.
Great. Okay. Perfect. So being a pastor and a musician as well, do you feel that let me rephrase that. How do the two intermingle for you? Do you use them to does being a pastor help being a musician as you can relate to people, or does being a musician help being a pastor, or do you find that they're just separate kind of ministries on their own?
I have had I've had an inner battle about that for over the years. I've actually pastored now or been in the ministry 38 years, so ever since I was about 19, 20, along there. Wow. And so I've been at it a long time. That's about the only thing I've ever known. And there have been times in my ministry where I've tried to relegate music to the background, but I found that I don't believe I'm, fulfilled that way. I think that I need to do both, and so it seems like here presently I'm doing both. The music I'm trying to get out more to churches or to civic matters, or to do patriotic music and good country music as well. Get out and do live appearances, things like that. And then I have my son fills in for me in our church, so it makes it possible for me to get out more to do that in the community and other areas. But they go to me, they complement each other. I guess that's the best way to say it.
Yeah, that's great to hear. I've had a few instances in years past where people in church communities, I guess, definitely want to kind of put music in the background, and I think in some different churches, music's kind of come on strong recently. But there's a strong amount of people out there that really don't feel that you can be a godly person and be involved in the music business as well. And personally, I disagree. I think the music business is probably the first place we need godly people. So
yes. That's a good way to look at it, I think. Yeah, because music is definitely a way to minister to people, and that's the emotions, the heart. And I know that it's been, I really enjoy it myself. And so if it's something that I enjoy, then I almost have to be involved in it.
Music is such a powerful thing, and I personally think if you're not doing good with it, then you're doing bad. And so there's it's not something to take lightly, but
right.
Well, let's get to this next before we play another song. I want to find out what you're doing now. You talked about that you do civic events as well as playing at churches.
Right.
So, and I know you've been traveling some.
Yeah.
So, tell me what you do, where you travel, and where you play, that sort of thing.
This last summer, we went to Colorado and New Mexico, and we're in a number of churches and venues. And then just recently, as I stated, I was up in Hanford, California. November 10th, on a Saturday night, coming up
just about a week away,
isn't it? 6 p.m. we'll be at our church of Redondo Hills. We call it a homecoming country jamboree.
Great.
Kind of like the feeling of the Grand Ole Opry.
Yeah.
And we have the Bluegrass Brethren coming. Randy Williams and Country Gospel is a group from the Hawthorne area.
Great.
They do a great job.
All right.
And then myself, we're going to have a good time together, and there'll be some comedy. And just a good time.
Wow.
So I invite anyone to come. We're in Redondo Beach at 2300 Ralston Lane. That's the address of the church.
Okay. Is there a contact number that they can call?
Yes,
They want to find out?
310-376
376
7453.
376-7453.
Right.
And Homecoming Country Jamboree, that's 6 days away.
Yes, sir.
Wow, that sounds like fun too.
Looking forward to
Sounds
it.
like it's just like kind of a Redondo Beach Grand Ole Opry.
Yes. It'd be nice to get something like that going.
Yeah, it really
regularly,
would, huh? Might be on the
Like
start
to
of
have
something.
Boomer McLennan on it.
Oh, we
That'd be
can work
great.
that out.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, I'd love to. That'd be,
Okay.
be fun to come on down and do some picking and
We'll
grinning.
do that.
All right.
Yeah.
You also as well do civic events and patriotic. You don't necessarily have to be in a church to play, correct?
Right.
So how do people go about getting you? You do bookings, that sort of stuff?
Yes, that's correct. Now, you can email me off the website. My email address is crh2300 at AOL.com. If you want to just go straight to that, crh or crh2300 at AOL.com. But on the website, I have a calendar page where people can see where I'm going to be, and that helps to promote the activities there as well.
Great. And for any of you churches or organizations, we do have, and you being one of them, pastors that listen, and we've had another pastor that's been a guest on before. So there are churches that tune in to KRLA, and if you'd like a country music, exceptional country music player that is quite involved and knows what he's doing, give David a ring. So you also have a booking. For booking, I know when I was on your webpage, you can just click on and it says like 4 bookings.
That's right. Yes.
So it's actually pretty easy.
Yes.
So that's great.
That's right. Thank you.
So yeah, I think in recent years, and there's several churches do like Western themed days. Mm-hmm. I think it's getting more and more popular.
Like a roundup day, something like that.
So so for you that have any control over that, give David a call.
I'll put my boots on and come right
There
on.
you go. Now, how do you present yourself? Do you do solo act, or do you have a band?
Yes, mostly a solo act with the guitar. I do some of the songs with the guitar, and then others with the soundtrack.
Okay, great.
I have a nice PA system that I can bring. And
self-contained, easy to move.
Right.
Good. All right. Perfect. Have you been to Nashville or Branson or any of those areas?
I've been there, haven't performed there.
Okay.
But,
I mean, how would you compare? I'm trying to think. I guess Branson is probably like the big live place now. Nashville's not so much live.
Yes.
And I've never been to Branson, but
I've been there, but it's been a number of years ago before it really got big.
Mm-hmm.
And been to Nashville to the Grand Ole Opry a couple times, and well, that was really something at the Opry. And then in Denver, this Rocky Mountain Jamboree that I was on for a while, and it's been back. I think I was about 19 then. Buster Jenkins was the name of the man who headed that up, and radio station KLAK in Denver was the station that sponsored it. And I know later Buster Jenkins was playing for Patsy Montana. If you've ever heard of her, the music singer, the first female star in the movies, Western movies. So anyway, but I had some. I remember singing on the Jamboree, and the Stanley Brothers were on there one night.
Oh yeah,
yeah, and it was really a good experience. I enjoyed it.
Good. Yeah, that's what the first time I heard. Even just the first song and the opening vocals and soundtrack, my first thought was reminiscent of those Grand Ole Opry or some of the shows you see at a Branson where the stage is full of people and they're all smiling and just that sense of fun and something that's I think it's lost nowadays. I mean, you don't see a lot of the acts like you do at the Grand Ole Opry where they all come together and sometimes there's 5 or 6 of the biggest name people and they're just got their arms around each other, singing along.
I saw the lights.
Yeah, exactly. So, and that's exactly kind of the feel that you've captured.
Thank you.
That's perfect.
Appreciate that very much.
Well, and with that, let's listen to another song.
Okay.
This one, I think, if I could take a guess, I hope I think you said something, and I don't want to be cheating if you did, but is kind of like a Johnny Cash style song,
right?
And it just kind of got a line, and then there's some repeats in the chorus, and it's got that just kind of that real rock solid, verse chorus type of a song that Johnny Cash just really perfected. And this one is called "I'm on My Way."
Right.
And every time I think of it, I hear "I'm on my way," and I want to chime in with the harmonies. I'm on my way.
Yes. Kind of a catchy tune.
It is. It's very catchy.
Thank you.
So let's give this one a listen. This one is called "I'm on My Way."
Well, I'm on my way to a mansion bright and fair. I'm on my way to my home up in the air. I'm gonna sing praises to my heavenly King. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. This world of sin just can't hold me long. I have my ticket to the sky. Now I'm serving Him till the trumpet sounds. Thank God I'll see Him by and by. Well, I'm on my way to a mansion bright and fair. I'm on my way to my home up in the air. I'm gonna sing praises to my heavenly King. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. In my heart I know it can't be too long till my Jesus comes for His own. I want to be found witnessing for Him. Thank God He died to save my soul. Tears won't be shed in that promised land. Oh, what sweet peace for the soul. We'll serve the King and praises to Him sing. Thank God my name is on the roll. Well, I'm on my way to a mansion bright and fair. I'm on my way to my home up in the air. I'm gonna sing praises to my heavenly King. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Well, I'm on my way to a mansion bright and fair. I'm on my way to my home up in the air. I'm gonna sing praises to my heavenly King. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. I'm on my way.
All right. Great song.
Thank you.
Great song. Makes you want to be on your way, doesn't it?
Yes. I don't want to sing it too early in the program, though.
That's right, yeah.
Save it for last.
That's it. You got to put that at the end because
Yes.
people think you're leaving once you play it.
That's right.
Well, I just want to see if there's anything that... is there anything off the top of your head that you need to cover? You have any new material brewing that you
Yes, I
want to
do.
put some stuff
Matter
out?
of fact, I have the new song that I want to do for an album is called Country Celebration. And on that album on CD, I would like to put that as a title. And then I have a number of other songs that I've written over the years and just recently as well. One of them is called My Colorado Home that I'd kind of like to put on an album.
That sounds like a neat title.
Another Johnny Cash probably style that more than anything. But I write a lot of worship or celebration type of Christian music, country style, which is unusual. You don't hear much of that
You
at
don't.
all.
Mm-mm.
So I'd like to put some of those on the new CD with all country music instruments and really that flavor to it.
That'd be great. Yeah, that's.
Thank you.
I'd be interested to hear that because you don't hear, especially within churches today. I mean, there's a big push for music, and that it's the bands are really growing, but you never hear about country much. And
Right.
about 2 years ago or so, I was asked to lead a worship service for a church, and and I agreed to, and I used to do that in college, and but it wasn't. They knew nothing about country, and I didn't really know how to, and I didn't want to change much, so I just kind of did it kind of country-ish. And I was amazed at how many people came up and said, "Oh, I'm from West Virginia, and we haven't heard music like that for years." And so it's out there. Maybe not so much in the heart of Los Angeles, but I think there's a lot of people that that kind of yearn for some worship music that they can hear in church, but that's also something that they grew up with or that is close to their heart. So
So I'm hoping to be able to get that out before too long.
Yeah, that would be great.
That's the charts down, and then as soon as I'm able to start getting into to get the first track down, and then start bringing in. I hope to get the same people on the album that were on this original one. They did such a great job.
Yeah,
nice people.
The instrumentation's great. The production's great. Yeah, it's a top quality CD.
Thank you.
Yeah, oh, you're welcome.
I'm very pleased with it. Had some, it was quite an ordeal. You go through quite a bit. It's kind of like birthing something.
It is kind of, yeah.
It really is, yes. Lived with it day and night, until it finished.
Yeah, and then, it's for any musicians out there that know, it's a challenge, and then you get something down, and then, I don't know if you've had this, but I have it. You look at it and you wonder, boy, I don't know about that.
Maybe I should have done this or that.
But,
But I'm very happy that... I was kind of had a deadline, but I didn't let that control it. I wanted to be sure that when I finished it, I'd be happy with it, and I really am very pleased myself. And that means a lot.
That's the most important thing,
right?
That is. There really is. There's a lot of people. I mean, you can't please everybody. No matter what you do, someone's gonna not like it,
right?
And so the first place you got to start is walking away, being happy with it, and
yeah, exactly.
So, well, you have something to be happy with. I think it's a great product, and again, it'll make great Christmas presents.
Thank you.
So
yes.
Got to signal that, especially for gospel. There's really a shortage of gospel music and gospel country music.
Yes,
so this,
that was really good what you said about the country artists. Used to be all of them had a country or a gospel album. And you don't see that much anymore.
The only person in recent years or of recent notability is Randy Travis.
Yes.
He put out a good one.
Of course, Ricky Skaggs does quite a bit.
Ricky Skaggs does a lot.
But you're right, though. And I hadn't thought of it exactly that way. So, but that was really, really a good point.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Well, hopefully it'll start
swinging back. If any of those
back.
Country artists are looking for music, they can come to us, can't they?
That's right.
We have some songs for them.
Oh, that's a good. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yes.
All right. Well, unfortunately, we're just about out of time. It really went by fast.
I want to say thank you very much, Boomer. It's been I've been thinking about this for quite a while. I'm glad that I was able to be on with you, and I really appreciate it. And I'm looking forward to hearing you and your band in person real soon.
Oh, thanks.
And I enjoy listening to music. I've been on your website too, and I enjoy your music.
Oh, well, thank you. Well, we'll have to have you back sometime soon.
Thank you. It's been my honor.
Got one song here for you to close with. This is one kind of our Western swing tribute to. I just totally drew a blank. Bob Wills.
That's what I was going to say. It might be.
And this one's called "Ride Cowboy Ride." And give it a listen. We'll be right back.
Wake up in the morning, put on your coat and tie, grab a bite to eat, and then you kiss her goodbye. Heading to the office, it's the same old lie. You told her you gave up the cowboy life. Ride, 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 cowboy, ride. You better hold on for your life. 8 seconds to glory or 8 seconds to pain. Either way, you know she'll be crying again. You better hold on tight, 'cause you're riding tonight. You've done your best to love her, 'cause she's your only one. But if she finds that you've been lying, she's gonna stick to her gun. She said the next time you gotta ride, you might as well take a hike. It takes more than old rawhide to keep the knot tied. Ride, 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 cowboy, ride. You better hold on for your life. 8 seconds to glory or 8 seconds to pain. Either way, you know she'll be crying again. You better hold on tight, 'cause you're riding tonight. gotta buck, you gotta jump, take another fall. While she sits at home, waiting for you to call. So tip your hat and pull your boots, strap on those spurs. It's gonna be a wild ride and somebody's bound to get hurt. Ride, 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 cowboy, ride. You better hold on for your life. 8 seconds to glory or 8 seconds to pain. Either way, you know she'll be crying again. You better hold on tight, 'cause you're riding tonight. You better hold on tight, 'cause you're riding tonight. You better hold on tight, 'cause you're riding tonight. Oh, take us home.
All right, once again, this is Boomer McLennan with David Shook and his new country album, Homecoming Country. And hopefully this album will do great things for you.
Thank you.
Get it out there and see if we can get some recognition across the country for it. And
Yes. I mailed out several demos, and good advice that was given me when I did this was don't think of it as a sprint, but as a marathon.
That's right.
And I think that was good advice.
That's right.
Doesn't happen overnight.
Some of the biggest names in music were at it for 10, 15 years, just pounding the pavement. So you never know. One more time, give out your web address.
It's www.homecomingcountry.com.
Homecomingcountry.com. That's easy. And then how about a contact phone number for the people that don't have computers?
It's 310-376-7702.
310-376-7702.
Right.
All right. And you can also catch David when he's not singing every Sunday, right?
Yes.
At
Church of Redondo
Church
Hills.
of Redondo Hills.
On Ralston Lane, right at the corner of Ralston and Meyer Lane in Redondo Beach, North Redondo, actually, north of 190th and west of Inglewood Avenue.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know about where that is.
Okay.
Good. So for those of you that are looking for something to do on a Sunday morning and want to have a
9:30, by the way, too.
9:30. Mm-hmm. Sorry about that. That's important.
Yes, it is.
9:30 Sunday morning. Okay. And, well, David, I really appreciate you coming in.
Thank you very much. And God bless you.
And we'll have you back.
Well, it's always good to hear your program on Sunday nights. I've been listening to it. And, And not very much of that out there either on the air.
No, we're trying bit by bit.
So
starting here, trying to get the old tradition of country music back in the swing. LA's had some hard knocks. We almost lost the country station here, and it's still kicking at KZLA on the FM dial. Okay. And we're just trying to keep it swinging to the old school. The best way, how you put it on your album. One more plug. Yeah. Homecoming Country is about coming home to traditional American values, family, church, and patriotism.
Exactly.
And enough said. Can't say it any better way than that, so we'll stop the program there. Well, thanks for listening, everybody, and take care. God bless. Remember, as always, may the sun shine warm on your saddle, and may you always ride upwind of the herd. God bless, everybody.